Hello and welcome to Disconnected. So here is a BBC News article which I have to react to. Amsterdam launches Stay Away ad campaign targeting young British men.
The Dutch capital Amsterdam have launched a digital campaign to try to reduce the number of British tourists coming in search of drugs, sex and alcohol. Discouraging adverts like this one will target 18 to 35-year-old men in the UK. The messages are automatically triggered when search teams such as stag party, or search terms such as stag party, cheap hotel or pub crawl in Amsterdam are typed in. Our correspondent Anna Holligan gave us this update.
Around 1 million British tourists travel here to Schiphol Airport and on to Amsterdam every year, and the council now has a message for young British men, and that is stay away.
Hi, I am the tourist board and I am responsible for making sure that we get lots of tourists into our country to bring in foreign currency. So what we'll do is we'll put an ad campaign out to say that please don't come to our country.
If you are in the UK and this is a digital discouragement campaign, so if you're in the UK and you search for terms like stag weekend Amsterdam, cheap hotel Amsterdam, pub crawl Amsterdam, then these warning adverts will pop up, and they show things like a young man staggering in the street, being handcuffed by police, detained, having his fingerprints and mugshots taken, and the message is, if you're coming to Amsterdam, which is notoriously, some would say, Europe's most liberal party capital for a while time, then stay away, because you might just create the kinds of lifelong memories that won't serve you well in the future. So they're trying to deter the drunken, disorderly, stoned kind of behaviour that residents have been complaining about for a long time. They have told me in the past about British tourists peeing in the streets, in the canals, being sick everywhere, getting naked, and that's the kind of behaviour they want to get rid of. But
so I find this funny because there's a couple of things. Number one, I think there's definitely a difference between those who go to Amsterdam for the weed and the coffee shops, and those that go for kind of like, you know, drunken sprees in the red light district. I think that there's probably some confusion between those two. But there's also this problem in the world where there's this old saying, like, if you build it, they will come. And I think Amsterdam have built it, and now people are coming, and now they realize, oh shit, we've got a problem here. People are peeing in our canals. we want the tourists, but we don't want them peeing in our canals. I find this hilarious. Also think that, you know, obviously we know that there's a problem, right? There are certain stereotypes who fit this to a T. You know, we all know this. That, like, although it's pretty awful when, you know, things are generalized, but there's definitely that specific kind of group that will, you know, just be loud and obnoxious and problematic and puking and drunk and peeing and naked and all that. That, you know, it's understandable that nobody really wants that. But I think it's exactly that kind of person that this is not going to deter, because when they see these campaigns, that I can only imagine the first thing they'll think of is, well, fuck you, let me show you how it's done. Let's go to Amsterdam.
actually, I've been speaking to young Brits arriving here at Schiphol, and many of them say it's outrageous, we're being stereotyped in this way, this is discrimination. And in fact, that kind of sentiment...
Oh man, young white men being pissed off because they're being stereotyped. Okay.
Sentiment is echoed among some coffee shop, cannabis cafe owners I've spoken to. One told me, well, they might come for the weed, but then they stay for the Van Gogh. And some of the families who live along the beautiful canal network have told me in the past that it's not necessarily the young British men who are causing the problems, it's over-tourism in general, it's the sheer numbers. So this is...
As far as I understand, that they have already changed the laws that the coffee shops are not really allowed to sell weed to tourists anymore. It's only for locals. I can't remember. I don't know if I'm right or wrong there. I'm sure somebody in the comments will let me know.
Part of Amsterdam City Council's effort to try to rebrand the capital's rather raunchy reputation, partly created by the cannabis cafes in the red light district, and they hope that if it's successful in the UK, it will be rolled out across other EU capitals and here in the Netherlands too. Message blunt.
I find this so funny. Please don't come to our country and drink our beer. How could you? Anyway, comments down below. Like, subscribe, share, do all that lovely stuff. Thank you.